You're listening to Under Burgundy Skies. I'm JP Kallio, songwriter, storyteller, and a man learning to live a slower, more honest life. Here we talk about creativity, growth, the hard lessons, the quiet moments, and what it really means to begin again. Thanks for being here. Let's dive in. Sielulintu, the soul bird of Finnish mythology. In old Finnish belief, the soul was not a single thing, it was layered. One of those layers was sielu, the soul that carries memory, essence, and continuity. And the Sielulintu, the soul bird, was its guardian. The bird wasn't symbolic in modern abstract sense, it was practical magic. People believed that during sleep, illness, or altered states, the soul could wander. If it wandered too far or became lost, the person could fall ill, or worse. The Sielulintu's role was to guard the soul, carry it safely between worlds, watch over it while the body rested. That's why Sielulintu figures were placed near beds, above cradles, on the walls where people slept. Not as decoration, but as protection. The Sielulintu was especially important at threshold moments. Birth. It was believed the bird brought the soul into the body of a newborn. Life didn't just begin, it was delivered. Death. At death, the bird returned to carry the soul away, guiding it onwards so it wouldn't linger or become lost. This idea ties into a broader Finno-Ugric worldview. Life is cyclical, souls move but don't vanish. Nature is not separate from the spiritual world. The bird wasn't a god. It was a messenger, a carrier, a witness. The disappearance of Sielulintu wasn't sudden, it faded quietly. Three main reasons. Christianity. As Christianity spread, older animistic beliefs were either absorbed, reframed, or dismissed as superstition. Birds stopped carrying souls, angels took over. 2. Urbanization. As people moved from rural life into cities, daily contact with nature weakened. Beliefs rooted in seasons, animals, and lands lost their context. And 3rd, rational modernity. The soul became something discussed in philosophy, not something guarded while sleeping. Protection turned into abstraction. And yet, the image never fully disappeared. It lingered on in folk art, carved objects, children's rooms, old houses, quietly watching and waiting. So how did the Sielulintu come to me? So here's the bizarre chain of events that brought Sielulintu to me. This coming Friday I have a song coming out. It's not a song I wrote, it's a traditional Finnish song from a very specific runolaulu tradition. I will go into more details about the song itself in the next week's podcast. But I was looking for a meaningful symbol to go with the song. And in the middle of looking around some old traditional Finnish symbolism, I came across Sielulintu. There was something very familiar about it. It's like it was something I already knew. But the image I saw online felt familiar, but at the same time it felt like they were different than the image I had buried somewhere at the back of my memory. It was out of a fear that the souls could get lost that people used to make these protective ornaments. For me, what they must have prescribed as the soul getting lost was actually loss of attention, presence, and connection. And that is something that is more real today than it ever was before. So I decided to make one myself, based on the memory of an image I had buried deep down in my memory. To me, it's not a religious object. It's a subtle reminder to not lose connection to the present moment, or my connection to the nature around me. Just something small, tactile, made by hand. Something that carries meaning without demanding belief. In a world full of automated production, artificial intelligence, and large corporations mass-producing products to please the masses, I wanted to make something that was handmade by me. I had to be present throughout every step of the way of the process. When I shaped the wood, when I sanded it, when I drew the design of the face of the ornament. And whether you believe this ornament can protect your soul from getting lost or not, it can remind you that someone made this by hand and was present throughout the process. And what I hope is that it will keep you present and through the material that it is made from, keep you connected to the nature. If you want your own Sielulintu completely made by hand, you can order them from my web shop on my website. The link will be in the description. And thank you for listening. In the next week's vlog, I'll talk about the song that inspired my version of Sielulintu. Until then, in a world where it's so easy to get lost from the present moment, be kind to yourself. Tupakkarulla, mistäs tiesit tänne tulla? Tuulin pitkin Turun tietä, häämäläisten härkää tietä. Mistäs tunsit meidän portin? Siitä tunsin.